Let's begin. Hello everyone.
Hello.
Good evening, good afternoon. जो भी है मेरा तो evening हो गया है यहाँ पे चाय कॉफी का time है अपना. And this is your host AyeshaShaik. I'm the founder of AyeshaShaik EdTech Services, and today we are here in collaboration with EDUSIGHT. So we have Miss Bhavana Sood, who is going to give us a free workshop on exam preparation. ये भावना तुम होती तो अच्छा होता. जब मैं 10th में थी खाली फुकट में रट्टा मार लिया था पूरा हिस्ट्री का लेसन मैंने, और वो लेसन आया ही नहीं एग्जाम को.
तब वो फेसबुक नहीं था ना, क्या करें.
दैट इज राइट. लेकिन मैंने रट्टा मार लिया था, लेकिन पूरा प्रॉपर लेसन, और वो लेसन आया नहीं एग्जाम में, और फिर मैं फेल होने की वो बची गई वहां पे. फिर मुझे अक्ल आई कि एक क्लास में सुनना होता है टीचर की बातें, तब से थोड़ी अटेंटिव हो गई. एंड देन फिर मैं मेरिट में पास हो गई 12th बोर्ड 91%.
Yeah, so this is going to be my first point actually.
आयशा के जैसे मत बनो करके. दैट इज राइट. या तो मेरा बैनर भी लग गया फिर उसके बाद पूरे टाउन में कि ये इसने टॉप करी है कॉलेज करके. सो दैट वाज द हाईलाइट. एक एवरेज बच्ची, मैंने ज्योग्राफी में फेल हो गई थी 6 मार्क्स के साथ, 25 में से 6 मिले थे. उठा के मेरी ट्यूशन टीचर ने मेरे मुंह पे रिपोर्ट मारा, फेल हो गई तुम बेशरम लड़की. मैंने बोला क्या करूं, मैं फेल हो गई. मैं ज्योग्राफी दिमाग में घुसा ही नहीं, वो अभी भी नहीं घुसता, वो अलग चीज है. बाद में 10th में जैसे तैसे मैंने पढ़ लिया था, 72% आए. बट आई ऑलवेज हैड दिस एग्जाम फियर इन मी, एंड आई डिड नॉट रियली हैव एनीवन टू सपोर्ट मी और टेल मी ये करना होता है, ऐसे पढ़ना होता है, ऐसे. क्लास में 65 बच्चे, मैं बैक बेंचर वहां पे सबसे पीछे, इंट्रोवर्ट लड़की, ना टीचर की बात सुननी ना फ्रेंड्स की बात सुननी, अपने इसमें कुछ डूडल वगैरह करती बैठती थी. जब मार्क्स मिले 72, तब मेरे को लगा कि अभी कुछ पढ़ना चाहिए. तो आंध्रा जैसे शिफ्ट हो गए ना, वी हैड अ स्मॉलर ग्रुप, 15 बच्चे के एक क्लास में. अगर पढ़ती नहीं तो टीचर सीधा हाथ से चॉकपीस मारता मेरे मुंह पे. तो चुपचाप पढ़ना पड़ा और ऐसे मेरिट आ गई मैं. तो अभी तो ऐसे चौक मारने वाली जमाना नहीं है ना. तो आई थिंक अभी बच्चों को ये वाले टिप्स की बहुत जरूरत है. एंड थैंक यू सो मच भावना की यू केम फॉरवर्ड टू शेयर योर टिप्पणी on exam preparation. So over to you, Meri Jaan.
Thank you so much for this lovely introduction and your backstory. That shows that everyone who is an average student, if they follow certain path and study hard, they can achieve anything in life. कोई जरूरी नहीं है कि हर बच्चा टॉपर ही हो शुरू से. And even if you are not able to achieve that top position, doesn't mean you are not going to be successful in life. Successful in life. Success doesn't equate too much on a low percentage or high percentage. It's your hard work and dedication that gets you success. Okay, so yeah, me Bhavana Sood, I'm the founder member of EDUSIGHT. I'm an academic counselor too. And today I'm going to give you some good simple tricks to help with your exams. I can do this in mixed language, right? Anybody who doesn't understand Hindi? Hello?
I think we all understand.
Okay. So the first and the foremost trick that everyone has to follow is pay a lot of attention in class, because half of the studies, half of the concept clearing happens in class. We cannot do this ke class mein jab teachers padha rahe hain, we are doing something else, we are not paying proper attention, and then in the end when the exam timetable aata hai, then we start panicking. So the first and the foremost thing is pay attention in class. Second is, wherever you study, वो कोई भी कॉर्नर हो, आपका स्टडी टेबल हो, आपका एक नॉर्मल टेबल हो, इवन इफ इट इज अ बेड, ऑल्दो आई डोंट रिकमेंड स्टडिंग ऑन बेड, बट इवन इफ इट इज अ बेड, ऑर्गेनाइज दैट टेबल, कीप इट ऑर्गेनाइज्ड इन अ वे कि तुमको हर चीज हैंडी हो. Because half of the time when we allocate ourselves कि हम 1 घंटा पढ़ाई करेंगे, उसमें से 15 minutes we actually spend searching for stuff. Rubber, pencil, scale, copies, textbooks, rough copies, everything. So keeping organized your study space is very, very important, because exam का सबसे बड़ा plus point होता है time management. Even when you study, even when you're giving your exam. So the best thing what you can do is start working on your time management. Like a very important tip during your exam, जब आप exam लिख रहे हो, so how do you time your exam? You have to finish your exam 25 minutes early, जो भी time दिया है. Suppose 2 hours का exam है, so you try finishing writing whatever you have 25 minutes early. Now reason I'm telling you why. So अगर आप 1 hour 35 minutes में आपका exam paper खत्म करते हो, whatever you have written, so the next 15 minutes you can give to questions जो आपको तब नहीं समझ में आए. So because whenever you look at the question paper, there will be questions that you know, I know them and I can start writing. But there will be questions जो आपको लगता है, oh, I have to think about it. Instead of waiting for them, finish your work whatever you can and then keep the last 15-20 minutes to those questions. और कोई जरूरी नहीं है अगर आपको वो क्वेश्चन पूरा नहीं आता है तो you think I will skip that question. No. Try writing whatever you can in relation to that question, because remember marking scheme में you always get marks for the points. So अगर वो 5 marks का question है and आपको पूरा नहीं आता है, so whatever small thing that you write, you may gain 1 or 2 marks rather than losing whole 5 marks if you skip that question. Hello, am I audible?
Yes, yes.
Yeah. So please keep keep replying back so that I know that everyone is able to listen. Okay, so keep your 25 minutes. Now 25 minutes में आपने 15 minutes आपने ऐसे रखा जहां पे आपने जो questions आपको नहीं आते हैं उनके छोटे छोटे steps लिखे. Last के 10 minutes are for evaluating your paper twice. क्योंकि कई बार क्या होता है, when you have 30 questions, 40 questions and आप जल्दी में लिख रहे हो, when you're pressed on time, you kind of skip 1 or 2 questions and you don't even realize कि वो मैंने लिखा नहीं है. So it is always good to have last 10 minutes to actually go through the paper to see that what mistakes you have made and plus you have not skipped on any question. ऐसे ही एग्जाम में क्वेश्चन पेपर मिलते ही कीप 4 minutes और 5 minutes just to read the question paper 2 times and mark the question paper पेंसिल से वो questions जो आपको immediately करने आते हैं. Immediately you know that within 10-15 minutes this is something I know, so mark the questions that you know that you can start immediately. So once you mark those questions, आपको start करने का एकदम flow मिलता है. Once you start writing it, वो flow अपने आप आता जाता है. So this management in the exam hall during the exam will help you gain better marks. Does that make sense?
Yes, Bhavana.
Okay. Now, second very important trick scoring good marks in exam is doing a lot of question papers. जैसे suppose आप 100% अपना time और resources डालते हो ना, तो उसमें 1/3 is what you will be studying, but 2/3 keep for practicing old question papers, different kinds of question papers. Not only के same school में जो आते हैं या same board में भी आते हैं. Try different kind of question papers, but the more you practice question papers, the better you will be answering them. Because क्या होता है ना, learning के time पे you know the answer, but it is different from learning to writing. So writing under stress, to practice that, time that is very important. So the more answer paper, the more past papers that you do is going to help you get better marks. ये आप practice करके देखना. I mean, I have seen difference in the kids जो 200 question papers, 100 question papers practice करते हैं and then they gain more than 95% marks just because आपका बहुत revision होता है when you practice question papers. और random revision होता है. So when you start, you will find कि आप 50% paper नहीं कर पा रहे. But by the time you are on 25th past paper, आपको लगेगा कि 90% आपको question paper आता है. और you also start understanding questions, what is expected out of you. बिकॉज हर एग्जाम में डायरेक्ट क्वेश्चंस नहीं आएंगे. It will never be what is, define this and all. अगर application questions आते हैं तो how are you going to attempt? तो this doing past papers is going to help you understand what examiner expects out of you. Exam की language कैसी है? So once you start doing that, you also understand, oh इसने ऐसे language में बोला है, ऐसे है, तो they want this. So it's easier. The flow comes easier to study. So first is exam hall में time your question paper. Second is review your question. I mean do past papers many. मतलब बहुत सारे past papers आपको करने ही करने हैं. Third, सारा का सारा study एकदम last में exam time के लिए मत रखो. Because exam time में food जरूरी है, sleep जरूरी है, drinking lot of liquid जरूरी है. अगर आपका sleep कम होता है तो it affects your ability to write the answers in the question, exam hall. So during your exam, the only thing that should be left behind should be your flashcards. So making flashcards and mind map a month before exam at least is very important. I would suggest कि अगर class में एक topic चल रहा है, suppose physics में force चल रहा है. So when you are halfway through the topic, start making flashcards. Flashcards are very, very important. Now, for anyone who doesn't know what is flashcard, Tweety, just give me a minute. Tweety! So I can show you. So flashcards बनाने से क्या होता है? It is an important topic written on a card. So as soon as you see the important topic and उसके subtopics, you kind of start recollecting. Can you give me a sample of flashcards? So you kind of start recollecting what, what content it has. So making flashcards and making mind maps is very important. So see, these are kind of flashcards that we have. This is related to psychology, right? Yeah. So this is the topic that they have written, and this is the explanation. Yeah, this is the explanation. So, these flashcards are very, very helpful. See, what is this? So this is Bandura. This is a study in psychology. Okay. So when you see at the back, they have written that, the details. So if we make flashcards like this, it becomes easier for the children to not only remember, but also recollect the content very fast. See, is it visible?
Yes, Bhavana, it's visible.
So yes, so making flashcards will help you revise also, but also help you recollect information faster than the textbook. क्योंकि textbook में आपको क्या करना पड़ता है? You have to go through the chapter, you have to find a particular page. Until and unless आपने वो textbook 20 बार पढ़ी है, it takes time for you to reach that page and that area. So making flashcards and making flow charts and making mind maps. So mind maps कैसे होता है कि you start correlating the topics. उसका एक छोटा सा छोटा सा एक एग्जाम्पल भी है. जैसे कोई ऐसी टर्म है जो आपको समझ में नहीं आ रही है. So something like this is something we use in business also, like pogo squint. Pogo squint is a word, लेकिन उसका कैसा रहता है? Once you recollect pogo squint, मतलब performance of objectives, outsourcing, global factors, overcoming resistance to change. Pogo का ये वो. So you can keep associating alphabets and learn only the alphabet, so that once you listen to once you recollect the whole sequence, आपको उसकी details याद आती हैं. So that is mind mapping. जैसे एक mind में flow chart बनाते हैं, उस तरीके से मान लो इकोसिस्टम है. अब इकोसिस्टम का अगर हम फ्लो चार्ट देखें तो वी ऑल नो कि टॉप पे प्रेडेटर होता है, उसके बाद फर्स्ट सेकंड लेवल का प्रेडेटर होता है, फिर सेकंड लेवल का प्रे होता है, ऐसे करके. सो इट इज द सेम रिकलेक्शन व्हाट वी डू फॉर टॉपिक्स. इट्स कॉल्ड एज माइंड मैप्स. सो मेकिंग फ्लैश कार्ड्स एंड माइंड मैप्स इज very helpful when हम revision करते हैं. Okay, now when we have studied a topic for exam, okay, we have done past paper, but again sometimes ऐसा होता है कि you know we look at the question and we kind of blank off, या हमको याद नहीं रहता कि हम कैसे start करें. So one of the very good way is speak it orally. Okay, so like you have combined study, right? So maybe 2 friends hai, 3 friends hai. So whatever topic you have studied, try explaining it to a friend. The same topic. So the more you speak verbally, the better your mind retains that information. Like suppose अब मैं आज आपको बोल रही हूँ, okay, so अगर मैं इसको पढ़ती रहूंगी, it's okay. But once I start speaking, I relate and I recollect faster than what I can do while writing. So once you know the topic and you know, okay, so maybe you know Muskan है जैसे या कोई भी बच्चा है जैसे, they can just sit in front of the mom and just start explaining the whole topic, anything. So once you start, you may find it difficult because difficult होता है कि पढ़ाई करके उसको orally बोलना. But once you start practicing it, it will become easier. इसीलिए बोलते हैं कि testing is very important. So you can test it while doing past question papers also. You can test your knowledge by actually speaking it orally also. So exam की evening में only revision should be left. Suppose you have 2 days of holiday. So 1 day of study and 1 day of doing only past question papers. Even in exam time, doing past question papers help. They give you better confidence in attempting the question paper. आपको ज्यादा confidence आता है अगर आपने exam time से एक दिन पहले 2 question paper करे हैं and दोनों question paper में आपको पता है 80% आ रहा है और 90% आ रहा है. So that will give you a little more confidence for the next day. क्योंकि exam writing का उतना stress नहीं होता जितना exam के नाम पे stress होता है. Because we are not confident of the knowledge and we are not confident कि हम वो exam लिख अच्छे से पाएंगे कि नहीं पाएंगे. We are not confident enough कि जो questions हमको आते हैं वो कर पाएंगे कि नहीं कर पाएंगे. So I think doing past question papers orally, you know, speaking up the whole topics, studying flashcards, these are the things that you do during exam time when you are short on time and you have much syllabus to cover. So any questions right now before we proceed to more topics?
We are good. I'm
Hello?
good.
Any doubts, mommies, kiddos?
Quite
Not at all.
clear,
What
Bhavana.
about you? Hello?
नहीं, कोई दिक्कत नहीं है.
Okay, I am a good teacher or nobody is actually paying attention?
नहीं,
You are
quite
right.
clear your strategies are.
Yes.
Okay, second, अच्छा, अब एक बहुत important aspect और भी है. Now teachers come in and teach topics, you know, according to the plan. But most of the kids क्या करते हैं कि जब revision sessions चल रहे होते हैं स्कूल में तो they kind of try skipping school because उनको लगता है कि topic तो पढ़ा दिया, अब revision time में जाएंगे तो time waste होगा. Isn't it so? So attend all the review sessions because उससे आपका revision वैसा होता है जैसे आप घर पे नहीं कर पाते. Timely and you cover more topics. Because if you are having revision sessions of 6 subjects, आप घर पे बैठ के कितनी भी कोशिश करो आप 6 घंटे में 6 सब्जेक्ट रिवाइज नहीं कर सकते. So attending the revision sessions is very, very important. दूसरा, most of the teachers, they actually kind of highlight what topics to cover more, what quizzes to do more, कौन से topics में से कैसे questions आते हैं. So revision sessions are very, very important. A distraction is something which is very important to cover. Any kids who are attempting in the last 5 years of their school need to actually keep away all your distractions when you study. आपके स्टडी टेबल पे आपका फोन नहीं होना चाहिए. अगर आपका टैबलेट या you are working on your laptop, make sure कि you don't have any other screens open other than the study part. Even all the apps should be closed, because these 5 minutes, these 2 minutes, these 3 minutes, they take away all your concentration, and then whatever time you have allocated to study each subject, वो उतना नहीं cover कर पाते. So it is very, very important to keep away all your distraction, whatever you feel like. Not everyone is distracted by screen, but if it's a toy, if it's a food, even if it's a fidget spinner. अगर वो fidget spinner भी ऐसा है जो you feel like it's taking away 2 minutes and I get distracted, because it is not the point of losing 2 minutes there. It's the point where your mind gets distracted and then you have to put in extra effort to concentrate back. So anything and everything that can cause any kind of distraction during your study has to be kept away from the place or even away from the room. And uske liye you really have to focus. Acha. Another topic that we need to cover right now for exam preparation is how to allocate your time to study. Okay, so this is not during the exam, but this is before the exam, even before the revision sessions. Now, every day when a child comes home, they hardly have 3 hours to study, right? So out of those 3 hours or 2 hours, make sure that you divide it 50%. So 50% of the time, whatever you study, it's 2 hours or 3 hours or 4 hours or 1.5 hours even. 50% time should be allocated to homework, but rest of the 50% time should be allocated to at least 2 subjects and 2 topics that you covered during the day. Because you can't keep all the subjects for last minute revision. Daily basis पे you have to make sure कि जैसे मान लो आज 5 subjects थे. You had physics, you had chemistry, you had biology, you had English, you had maths. So if you are not able to revise whatever was taught in the class at home for all the 5, make sure you do it at least for 2 or 3. So maybe you find, I know maths and physics are my phobia subjects. So maybe, today when I go home, I finish my homework, then I kind of revise physics and maths, whatever was taught in the class. Because rest I know will be easy for me, so I can do it on weekend. But don't keep piling your daily revision and daily studies at a later stage. Now their exams are बहुत दूर हैं, still far away, so I will just be happy doing only my homework and it is finished. No, because everyday study is what is going to get you more time for revision. Because if you start studying during your revision time, that you're losing on revision time, and that means you are prepared only 50% for your exams. So every day, keep at least 50% of your homework, study, whatever time for revision. At least, recollect what was done in the class, practice a little, and side by side, finish your homework, assignments. Keep a planner. Planner is very important, especially for kids after 12. Having planner, having sticky notes. So how do you use sticky notes? So every child has some assignments to do, some homework to do, and you have dates for them. Sabse pehle, after coming from school, when you recollect whatever has happened, write on sticky notes, physics project submission date, and usko apne study table pe stick karo. A place where you see it every day. 5 times a day, because that deadline should be on your mind that I have to submit it, because these submissions of assignments, projects, homework is something which is going to get you that 10% of your grade जो teachers अपने timely submission के लिए देते. All the kids know this, right? Teachers do allocate some grades for timely submission. And how do you recollect? Because you have 10 subjects to study, 9 subjects to study. So your brain is not capable. It's not computer के हर चीज की deadline याद रही. So use sticky notes. Every day, just write it on the sticky note and stick it. And the day आपका काम खत्म हो गया sticky note को, उसको dustbin में डालो. Similarly, have a planner for the week, for the month. Ushme you kind of, now every school and every class is very clear when are the exams going to happen, how are the exams going to happen, aapko dates pehle mil jati hain har cheez ki. So put them in the planner and then accordingly plan your studies. So okay, now you know maths ke liye mujhe 3 din ki chutti nahi milegi, 2 din ki chutti nahi milegi. So you know maths mein topics zyada hain, so give time to maths more. English, okay, textbooks are easy, comprehension part is easy. I don't have holidays, but still I can manage. Okay, uske liye thoda kam time. So you know this management of your planner, management of your time, you know, managing the whole 3 months, 6 months, 1 year is what is going to get you marks in the end. Everything in exam is just time related and organizing that time properly. So if you are able to organize and time your studies appropriately, then it becomes easier. Exam are not stress anymore. Because exam time में ऐसा नहीं है कि आप exam time में 10 घंटे पढ़ रहे हो, you're studying for 10 hours and you get no sleep and you're panicking and you can't eat food properly. You need to eat properly in exam in order to stay, you know, full and hydrated. You need to sleep at least 8 to 9 hours a night so that your mind is fresh. Because the more you keep putting in your mind, it will at one point of time overwhelm and sab blank ho jaye. So if you are prepared very nicely with this timely management, then you will feel, okay, exam is just like any other day. Because I know my topics, I have done past question papers, I know my flashcards. I'm very well aware of this, you know, writing techniques, question techniques, and grading techniques. So this is how you do your, you know, time management in the exam. Exam per se is not that hard, that you know, the kind of unprepared that we are, usse exams difficult ho jate. So yes, can I have some feedback on the topics that we covered right now? Anyone? Hello, Aisha?
जी.
Yeah, so a little, any questions, any feedbacks?
आप इतना poise के साथ बता रहे हो, समझा रहे हो, my goodness, that's amazing. भावना, मेरे को नहीं लगता किसी को डाउट्स है. किसी को डाउट्स है? किसको डाउट है यहाँ पे?
Clearly, हाँ, very.
किसको डाउट है?
No doubt. No, Bhavana.
Okay.
Bhavana, I really wish I could go back to my childhood days again.
Absolutely, this is so
काफी
nice.
clearly, हाँ.
Okay.
Seriously, you're explaining it so well now. Really amazing.
हाँ. किसी को डाउट है तुम लोगों को?
Okay.
नहीं ना?
So let's go back to, there are 2-3 more tips that I can share. One is take appropriate breaks between the study. I understand that we have allocated 2 hours to study, 3 hours to study, but 3 hours at a stretch when you study, it becomes too much for the brain. And after a while, we lose concentration. Agar aap dekho na, even if you're watching a movie, how many of us can actually sit for 3 hours and just concentratedly watch a movie? We can't. Human brain doesn't work that. So, you know, so you can allocate that ways. Again, it's a time management thing that ek subject ka homework ho gaya, take a 5-minute break. Eat something. Ghar ka chakkar laga ke aao. You know, go, just walk. Don't sit and watch your phone, because phone has to be away. Screen has to be away. No, when I say take a break for 5 minutes means get up, go walk around and come back and do the second subject. So in 3 hours or 2 hours, you need at least 3 to 4 breaks for your mind to whatever it has, taken in to fit in somewhere, so that you can concentrate on another subject. Okay, now, एक बहुत बड़ा part है, after your exam is done, don't please go back and, don't go back and think about it all the time. एक वो जो बोलते हैं ना कि बहुत ज्यादा इवैल्यूएशन पोस्ट एग्जाम क्वेश्चन पेपर लेके आए and then ये मैंने गलत लिखा वो, because it is done, whatever you have written is done. So that unnecessary evaluation and pondering over, oh my god, I did 5 questions wrong, is not going to help. Last day hai, us time pe everyone is very happy because it's done and dusted. I don't think anybody actually evaluates the last paper, but before the last paper, as soon as the kids are out of the exam hall, even while coming home and after coming home also, even for parents, I'm saying, whatever is done is done. Please do not sit with the kids with the question paper and ask them iska kya likha, iska kya likha, iska kya likha, because that is going to unnecessarily stress them into thinking that, oh my god, what if I have not written enough, because all the evaluation depends on the evaluator. हो सकता है the kid has written 5 steps और वो उसी 5 steps के 5 marks दे दे, और दूसरा evaluator आएगा और वो बोले कि ये 5 steps है, देने 5 चाहिए but मुझे 3 से ज्यादा नहीं दे. So it happens that also. Yeah, so it happens that also कि unnecessary pondering and evaluating creates a stress level for the child, so if the child is not able to perform better or study better for the next exam. So this evaluation and pondering is never to be done. Exam में submit किया paper and done and dusted, उसके बाद उस subject के बारे में तब तक बात नहीं करनी जब तक classes दोबारा चालू नहीं.
Best point, very good point. Thank you so much for this.
Because even if we sit with the child later and we see उसने कितने गलत लिखे, that is not going to change his answer, but it is going to create a stress for you and the child both.
I literally see the paper. I'm like, now how much you wrote for this? Okay, you'll get 1 mark for this.
I also do that.
No, I don't do it.
Is that helping? No.
No, it's becoming stressful for me also, because I'm panicking. Oh my goodness, you didn't write this. It's like
exactly. Dekho, because you are not writing the exam, the child is writing the exam. So child will do best whatever he can in the exam. But then later on, if we keep pondering, then it becomes like, child mein wo disappointment aata hai कि maybe I'm not doing up to what my mom and dad are expecting. Yeah. And I'll tell you what, for the children, it's never about exam. Stress is not about how much he is writing in the exam. It is always about whether I will disappoint my parents.
Yeah, true.
उनको फर्क नहीं पड़ता है वो 70 लेके आते हैं, 60 लेके आते हैं, 50 लेके आते हैं, because they are okay with it. It's the reason why they panic is because they feel that 60 is not enough for my parents.
True.
And that is what creates panic. I'm not saying 60 is acceptable. Yes, it is not. But yes, 60 cannot come in a day of study.
Right. Yeah.
For that to reach 90, you really need those 90 days or 180 days of study regularly, timely, time management ke saath to reach that 90. It is not going to come in just 9 days of study or 18 days of study or 1 month of study. No.
Yeah.
Bhavana, are you going to? Is there more underneath? मतलब share कर रहे हो और screen में? तो फिर इसको स्क्रीन शेयरिंग करके बंद करके फिर बाद में हम डाउट्स लेते हैं.
ठीक है, तो more or less everything is done. There are certain points here which I have not covered, but you can when
लेकिन हम लोग verbally कर लेंगे फिर.
So when I send this, you can actually just read through it.
I think more people, even I have doubt and Melissa as well. इसके तो काफी
Yes.
सारे doubts हैं जो हम लोग
Yes.
clear करेंगे अभी. So आपको ऐसा होगा कि सारे लोग एक साथ screen में दिखेंगे, so you will understand better कि किसको क्या
Okay.
question है, and then you can take, and then आप अपना वहाँ पे evaluate कर लेना वहाँ पे, हाँ. Right,
Okay.
Melissa?
Okay.
Right. She told
Yeah.
me to sleep well. I heard
Yes.
that. 7 hours. That's
Yes.
right. You
8
made me sleep
hours.
for 2 hours. We are not supposed to discuss that. Why not? 2 hours? Like real? Yeah. Melissa will talk later.
Yes, dear. So now can we have some doubts?
Yeah,
Whoever
इसको
wants
हम
to learn.
screen sharing बंद करते हैं so that you can see everyone. अभी क्या हो रहा है वो
How do I, 1 minute, how
Tweety
do
को
I stop?
बुलाएंगे. Tweety, where are you, Tweety?
Okay.
वहाँ पे stop share होगा ऊपर.
हाँ है. Okay, done. Thank you, Aisha. Yeah, done.
You're most welcome. That was me.
Oh
That
yeah,
was not
thanks,
me.
Melissa.
Your session was so good. You know that?
Thank you. Thank you. I hope you score good marks after following what I said.
I hope so too. I think I will get 100.
Okay, I want a treat once you get your 100.
Sure, but I don't earn.
No problem, your mommy earns enough to give me a treat.
I hope so.
Yes.
So Bhavana, that was amazing. कितने सारे ऐसे pointers cover किए आपने जो even asking कैसे किया है exam के बाद में वाला वो specially. My tuition teacher used to do that. और उसमें मुझे मालूम पड़ता था कि मैंने और 5-6 marks lose कर. मैं बोली खैर इसकी तो पहले लिख के आओ exam इतने इसमें, and my
confused होता था ना, you used to feel so demotivated.
Absolutely.
तो वो कर दिया.
Absolutely. Very right, Radhya. और ऐसा है कि नेक्स्ट डे इमीडिएटली मेरा इजी वाला पेपर जिसके लिए मुझे सोचना भी नहीं पड़ता था, वो उसमें मैंने इतना रायता फैलाया उसके बाद वो लास्ट टाइम का एग्जाम का सोच के. सो वेरी वेल पुट अप भावना. That's what Miss Aisha does. Melissa, don't spill the beans. हाँ, तो ऐसे आई थिंक which I don't do with मुस्कान because मेरे को ऑलरेडी उसका डोज मिल गया है लाइफ में. उस जमाने में नहीं मिलता तो शायद मैं कर लेती. बट गर्ल्स, डू यू हैव एनी डाउट्स? आपको अगर ऐसी कुछ पूछना है मिस भावना से तो प्लीज, बिकॉज ये मेरे को लगता है ना एक ऐसा सेंसिटिव टॉपिक है जो सबको मालूम होना चाहिए. और आई हैव सीन मोस्टली, आई डोंट वांट टू नेम द करिकुलम्स एंड ऑल, बट पेरेंट्स इतने स्ट्रेस आउट हो जाते हैं राइट फ्रॉम KG2 के बच्चों को पकड़ लेके. मतलब exam है और वो that panic I have because I also take classes and वो वाला panic वो टीचर के ऊपर पास करते हैं. Can you please cover this एग्जाम के 2 दिन पहले आके पूरे साल का चैप्टर कैसा खत्म होगा. You should calm down. हाँ, first you should calm down. फिर बच्चे के ऊपर, because this is going to be passed on to your child and a child is literally in stress, वो कांपने लगते हैं, सडनली रोना आ जाता है, उनको समझ नहीं आता, डर लगने लगता है.
You blank out, yeah, kids blank out. They see the question paper, they blank out.
True, very true. अब मैं तो मुस्कान को बोल रही थी A* में ज्यादा है लेकिन मेरे को AA* चाहिए करके बोलने लगी. वो नहीं है पेपर, रिपोर्ट कार्ड में भी नहीं है, तो बेचारी A लिख के आई.
ऑफ कॉल को लिखना AA* भी डालो उसमें.
मैं होती तो डाल देती AA*. क्या हो गया, एक ही स्टार का तो कम ही था उसमें. एनीवेज, लेकिन हाँ,
I have a question.
Yeah, Richa.
Yes. I have a question. Hi Bhavna, amazing session. Seriously, I wish I could go back to my childhood days seriously once again and see.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah.
I want to follow all the pointers. Yeah. Achha, I just want to say that मेरी बेटी, she's in grade 4, and so the strategies which जो आपने बताया, so can we उस पे apply कर सकते हैं ना? अभी से start कर सकते हैं ना?
I'll tell you, when she is in grade 4 now, instead of sitting with her for everything that she studies, you make her study, start also teaching her how to study.
Okay.
Because, in 2-3 years, she needs to get independent with study. There will be a time in 6th and 7th when you can't just cover every topic because you don't know. Things have changed.
Correct. Correct,
So
correct.
grade 4, 5, year 4, year 5, this is the apt amount of, age where you can teach not only what to study, but how to study.
How to study.
So
Correct.
you can actually do this, and you can actually, ask her, okay, study this topic and come and explain it to me, whatever you remember.
Okay.
So eventually, dhire dhire, she will start remembering more. Or maybe,
Yeah, because I was thinking,
yeah,
yeah,
bolo.
because at home now we just fine. I just wanted to write first because what happens in school, everything is verbally. It's more of oral,
Yes,
So
yes, yes.
writing is very less.
Yes, and I agree that. I agree on that because lot of kids, when they reach the GCSEs, they do not have the
Yeah.
practice of writing 2-hour exam, which
Practice of
creates
writing,
another
yeah.
kind of panic.
Yeah, so that's there. So I just want her, to write more and more, but they don't have the practice of writing. So that is one issue which is cropping in.
So what
in
you
that
can
case,
do
what
is,
can
I'll
be
tell you,
done?
Richa, what this might be helpful for others also. Do one thing, like
Yeah.
suppose there is a subject called science, okay? So science may, if they are covering 3 topics, okay? So when you are at home, just sit with the textbook or material, devise your own questions. Unko like give her 50 fill in the blanks to do. Give her 50 or 25 questions to do. I know this is a
Okay.
homework for mommies also, and for mommies who
Yeah.
cannot work, it becomes difficult. But
Yeah.
yes, you will find lot of resources online also. There are lot of free websites who give resources online or certain topics.
Correct.
Because
Correct.
the whole point of getting good marks is practice material. The more fill in the blanks she does, अगर वो हर हफ्ते के 50 fill in the blanks करेगी ना, you see the difference within 3 weeks. You will see the difference within 3 weeks.
Yeah, that's right.
She
So
will
writing
also
is very
start
important.
understanding the questions. So right now it is very important you teach her how to study.
ठीक है. Correct. As like Bhavna ye bhi hai na ki material solid because they don't have textbooks. They only have textbooks in Hindi. So that's why I'm very comfortable
No,
teaching her
Richa,
Hindi.
but I'll tell you what, any of the British curriculum thing, they have materials online. You can actually
Yeah, online they have.
ask the school to send you all the material online.
Yeah.
भी जो PDF versions भी हैं, वो भी तुमको भेज सकते हो. You have to, every parent has the right to go and ask the school, send me all the material in PDF version.
Yeah, they keep sending. They have an application called Phoenix, so they upload all the material there on
Yeah, so
Phoenix.
you have access to that material. I know, if you're working, it is difficult, but if you're not, and you can allocate at least 1 hour in 2 days, where you can devise questions,
Correct.
nothing like it.
Yeah, so it's basically more of our homework. So basically, we first have to tell them how to go up about it.
No, I mean, because this is something, once she also starts doing it, then you can slowly tell her that, okay, this is the topic, this is how you have been doing fill in the blanks. So try doing your own fill in the blanks. Because we need to teach them how to study. Because once they are in years 8, year 9, we can't sit and teach them.
Yeah.
And then we will go and find tuitions in panic. And actually, in British curriculum or IB curriculum, tuitions are not required.
True. It's more of application based, practical.
So the more they practice, the more they start understanding the questions. What is expected of them?
True. That's right. Like orally, she knows everything. Whatever I ask, she's like, "Pro, whatever I ask, usse zyada hi bataiye." But when it comes to writing, na, my God, gandi handwriting.
You can make her write. Look, writing, so you have to forget, because British curriculum में, believe you me, यहाँ पे good schools ऐसे भी हैं who give scribe to children whose writing is so bad that it is unreadable.
Yeah.
Yeah, this I will agree with you, Bhavna. And Richa ka totally I would agree with her, because most of the kids, उनको writing practice नहीं होती है, और वो pencils जिस हिसाब से पकड़ते हैं, my goodness, अल्लाह वाले उनका pencil पकड़ने का skill, मैं बोलती हूँ मैं उनका हाथ पकड़ के ठीक करा के आऊँ.
No, actually, this is true, because this is something which even I have written and a lot of my friends have written to the school boards also that introduce exam writing from year 8, so that year 11 May, when you have GCSEs and you have to write 2-hour question papers, kids don't start panicking in mocks.
Now this what you're talking Bhavna, ये तो older grades का है बोल रहे हो. I'm talking about even the lower grades के बच्चों को क्लास में ये होता है ना normally अभी थियरी वाला कम होता है, प्रैक्टिकल बेस ज्यादा हो जाता है और बच्चे का वर्बल स्किल्स वो लोग ज्यादा चेक करते हैं एंड द आउटकम इज एक्सपेक्टेड इन डिफरेंट वेज. इट्स नॉट ओनली लाइक बुक पेपर दिया आंसर लिखो सब लोग. हाँ, तो अभी गैजेट में किया, किसी ने कोई और रिसोर्सेज लेके कर लिया, तो इट्स ऑल लाइक दैट. तो बच्चों को क्या है, नॉर्मल जो राइटिंग प्रैक्टिस होता है ना, मेरा सुफियान ही इज अमेजिंग वर्बली, बट उसको पेंसिल पकड़ने बोलो, द वे ही होल्ड्स हिज पेंसिल, मैं बोलती हूँ अल्लाह इसको कौन तो होल्ड कराओ पेंसिल. मतलब फॉर अस लाइक पहले से मार मार के बोलते थे, हैंडराइटिंग का एक कॉपी होता था, लिखो लिखो काइंड ऑफ सो वो वाला मुझे था, तो मैंने मुस्कान को करा दिया. सो मुस्कान हैज गॉट अमेजिंग हैंडराइटिंग, उसका मेरे जैसा ही है हैंडराइटिंग. तुम लोग को किसी दिन दिखाऊंगी मैं हैंडराइटिंग मेरा. नसीब हुआ था तुम लोगों को.
I'll give you one more tip, yeah. Make your kids practice typing a lot.
Typing.
Because believe you, yes.
Typing, they are good at it. वो
They
आ ही
know,
जा
but
रहा है
the
उनको.
speed without watching the keyboard, speed में type करना is a boon for them when they grow up.
True. That's
Especially
the future.
in senior classes, because this workshop is for 12 plus kids. And believe you me, when they go to senior years, it is very important that they can, because it's difficult to write your notes and then keep correcting them when the teacher is giving you notes, right? So when the teacher is explaining the topic, so it becomes difficult. You write it, then you cut it, then you write it. End में जो material आपको मिलता है ना, half of them is not even readable because you have cut it so well. But at the same time, if the child is able to just listen like this and keep typing, so in computer editing is very
very easy, of course.
Your personal notes that you take while teacher is lecturing becomes easier for you to recollect when you reach home.
True.
Because you take those notes in the words that you understand.
Very true. अभी I think, don't you think pandemic की वजह से ये एक सबको हो ही गया है वैसे कि गैजेट प्रो तो हो ही हो गए, टाइपिंग भी.
But I'll tell you still, I know that typing speeds are not the way it should be.
Not that, okay.
हाँ, क्योंकि ज्यादातर सर्फ करते हैं ना बच्चे. They are just
surfing and copy paste ज्यादा करते हैं.
Google,
I'll
Google
give you
uncle.
I'll give you a very, very nice tip. How my daughter increased her typing speed. That was something which was new to me also, but she did. So we used to watch these TV shows, right? So while watching the TV shows, she would sit quietly in the side, laptop leke, and she would just keep listening to the dialogues and keep typing.
Okay.
And then she would see how many dialogues she missed and how many she was able to capture. And slowly now it's she has to get extra time because she has neuromuscular disorder. She cannot write, but believe you me, she doesn't require any extra time because she types at insane speed.
Wow.
This is how she did it. And believe you me, having a good typing speed is very important because lectures बाद में इतने technical हो जाते हैं कि you need to get notes in your own words.
Right. Very right, Bhavna. और ये मेरे को बख्श, my husband, he teaches for the older grades 11, 12, 13 computer science and ICT. और कभी कभार एग्जाम होते हैं तो पेपर्स घर को लाते हैं. मैं बोलती हूँ वाव, ये हैंडराइटिंग में किसी को अगर वर्स्ट हैंडराइटिंग का अवार्ड दे सकते तो इसमें से मल्टीपल लोग मिल जाएंगे बिकॉज वो लाइन पे नहीं लिख रहे हैं, लेटर्स का फॉन्ट्स अलग है, अजीब सा. देन ही सेड व्हाट इज दिस हैंडराइटिंग, क्या कर रहे हो तुम लोग. तो इन्होंने बच्चों ने बोला सर आई डोंट थिंक पेपर इज गोइंग टू एग्जिस्ट इवन आफ्टर 2-3 years. We are all going to go gadget pro.
Actually, I'm telling you, Ofcol has already sent an article across that in 4-5 years, British curriculum is going off paper totally.
हाँ, I think यही तो है थी अभी, ये लोगों ने यही बताया. So I think for the older grades जैसे बढ़ते जाते हैं उन लोगों को gadget pro होना चाहिए, especially typing
speed, phone typing speed हो, tablet typing speed हो या laptop. Best है laptop में keypad उनके हिसाब से लो and just make them practice the typing speed.
Right.
And devise their own language also, क्योंकि every child के they can devise their own shortcuts also, so that what they understand. So while going through the notes, which is easier than the textbook.
Right. Short forms.
Short forms. So then you start recollecting better. So this is all a part of revision technique that you can follow on a daily basis. So सुबह physics का या science का lecture हुआ या history का lecture हुआ, you have taken all the notes on your laptop. When you go home, when you read those notes, you will understand the topic better than the textbook.
That's true. और तुमको पता है भावना, मैं क्या करती थी, जैसे एनिमल नेम्स होता है ना, मंकी डोंकी ऐसे करके, तो ऐसे वाले शॉर्ट फॉर्म्स के लिखती थी, तो बाद में उसके पॉइंटर्स अगर 5-6 है तो वो उसी के लायक सेट हो जाते थे.
सेम दैट वो फोगोस पॉइंट जो मैंने बोला, दैट वाज द सेम ना, वो सेम ही फॉलो करते हैं.
हां, वही मैं बोल रही.
इट्स वेरी necessary. Yeah. Anyone else with the doubts?
Alia wanted to say something.
Yes, Alia.
हाँ भावना, बहुत अच्छा सेशन, लवली सेशन, सो ब्यूटीफुल स्ट्रेटजीज यू टोल्ड अस. मुझे एक क्वेरी थी भावना, जैसा एक स्ट्रेटजी में यू हैव मेंशन्ड दैट व्हेन द चाइल्ड इज सिटिंग फॉर स्टडी टाइम, तो दे शुड बी लाइक जो डेस्क ऑर्गेनाइज वो होता है, तो इवन इन द गैजेट्स दे शुड नॉट बी, द अदर साइट्स शुड नॉट बी ओपन लाइक द अदर पेजेस एंड ऑल. अभी मेरी क्वेरी थी ऑन बिहाफ ऑफ ऑल दीज टीनेज चिल्ड्रन, दोज हु आर दिस 13-14 ऐसे बच्चे, इन एंड आफ्टर दिस पोस्ट कोविड नो दे हैव बिकम सो गैजेट डिपेंडेंट, इट्स जस्ट आउटरेजियस आई विल से. तो ये बच्चे क्या होते, व्हेन दे आर सिटिंग आल्सो दे विल से वी नीड द गैजेट फॉर द स्टडीज. अभी उन पे ट्रैक रखना बहुत मुश्किल हो जाता, क्या कहाँ सर्व कर रहे, और वी कैन नॉट बी 24/7 लाइक विद देम, नो, टू चेक व्हाट दे आर डूइंग. तो एनी ट्राइड एंड टेस्टेड स्ट्रेटजी आप ऐसे बच्चों के लिए बोलेंगे क्या?
Yeah, the only thing what we can do, Alia, is try to make them understand this, because they are not at the age where we have to keep a check. अगर हमें 15 साल के बच्चे पे चेक रखने की जरूरत पड़ रही है, that means the child is not responsible enough. So this is something which I, the child has to understand and learn and practice. It's not that you can keep a check on it. Because अगर हम जाके impose कर रहे हैं, that means वो बच्चा छुप के करे.
Exactly.
And believe you me, they are smarter than us. So they know
exactly.
Hiding, better than us.
Yeah, they swap so quickly ना, वो गेम का पेज छुपा देते और पढ़ाई का सामने आ जाता.
Exactly. So this is something which is, this is something which the child has to develop from his own, because from year 7, year 8, the child needs to be completely independent. मम्मी को ये पता नहीं होना चाहिए कि कौन सा टॉपिक किस सब्जेक्ट में.
सही.
Because otherwise, believe you me, GCSEs और year 10, year 11 का कोर्स बहुत ज्यादा मुश्किल हो जाता है.
Yeah.
If the child is not independent to study till the child, by the time the child is in year 8, because year 9 to year 13, they have to do the portfolio thing also, they have to do extra stuff also, so they have to time manage, so they have to be responsible enough to study on their own, in their own frame, in their own time frame, the way they have to study. Not every child will get up 4 o'clock and study, and not every child can study doing well. So till year 8, they have to find their own rhythm to study, way to study, how they will allocate the time. So ये सब practice है 6th, 7th.
काउंसलिंग चाहिए, बिकॉज मोस्टली दिस हैज हैपेंड आफ्टर द कोविड. ये जो ऑनलाइन स्टडीज गई ना, उसके वजह से totally they are now off those books and
Alia, you think this has become post COVID because you are dealing with it now? मेरे बच्चे को मैं बहुत सालों से जानती हूँ, and this has not become post COVID. It was pre COVID equally like that. Because post-COVID, we are also home, so we keep a check. Pre-COVID, we were never home and we were working, and everyone who kept a check. Exactly. So it was exactly the same. It's just that the sense of responsibility has to come from the child. So for that, you need to literally sit with the child, subtly make them understand what is good for them and what is not. Because and you can't keep a check on them throughout their life. They need to be able to, you know, understand what's good, what's bad, how to allocate time, and how to focus कि मैं distract ना हूँ.
सही.
Because year 10, year 11 is very difficult. It's not easy.
I know. Even year 10, right?
Yeah. So therefore this, it is you that who can actually make them understand, or you need someone's help, or go trouble the counselor in the school na. What is she there for? Uski jaan khao कि बच्चों को class में आके sessions दो ना. How to, you know, focus yourself in study and become self-independent or self-dependent.
Same. That's correct.
I have a question.
Yeah. Radia?
Yes,
You
yes.
or? Yeah, Radia, yes.
Yeah. Hello. Yeah, my daughter is in the 10th grade now.
Okay.
Just 1 week back, they gave an option like in maths, they have like they can opt for basic maths or standard maths.
Okay.
And my husband was like, do standard maths, because even if you're not doing anything related to maths in the future, standard maths will help you do standard maths. But her teacher was like, let her do basic maths. It's good. It's like it's one and the same. And she wants to do architecture in the future. So
She needs standard maths, Radia.
Yes,
your husband is very right. All over the world, whatever stream you want to go to, even for psychology, one thing, even for law, you know, even for law.
Okay.
Now, law doesn't have prerequisites, but believe you me, universities prefer kids who have good level of maths. Uska reason ये है कि maths is associated with your logical aptitude.
Okay.
Okay, so for her, if she wants to go for architecture, she doesn't have a choice. She needs to go for SL maths, standard level maths. Or in fact, any school is offering higher level maths, let her go for higher level maths. Okay. Because architecture mein maths is very, very important part of architecture.
Yes, exactly, yes.
So go for SL. Don't opt for basic. Teachers don't, because teachers abhi padha ke chale jayenge. They are not related to career.
Yes.
So anytime you have a choice between standard level and higher level, please parents opt for higher level if your child can manage.
Okay. And one more thing, like I've spoken to a teacher, she was like, for the tutorials, I was like, after school, I'll ask her to go to tutorials. So she was like, no, she's a good student, dedicated, why you're putting her in tutorials? So I was like a little bit confused when the teacher is saying she doesn't need extra tuitions, why should her burden off? So I was like little confused, like how should I measure that, whether she needs...
Listen, is the child getting very tired after going to the tuitions?
She'll start from today actually. Before starting only, her teacher was like, don't put her in tutorials. She's good, she's very dedicated, she can do like and all.
How much time is she going for the tutorial?
She will be going for 2 hours.
Every day?
Every day.
See if she's not getting tired and if she's able to focus on her personal studies along with her homework also, then it's okay. Because she's in CBSE, right?
Yes, CBSE.
CBSE में लगेगा उसको tutorials. Teacher को बोलने दो, but it because the exam, because especially the MCQ part, because अभी format change हो गया CBSE का. So in CBSE now we have one MCQ exam and one written exam, right? So MCQ exam will happen in December. Now we may think MCQs are easy, but believe you me, MCQs are difficult than writing exams. Because MCQ either you know the answer or you don't know the answer. You can't and you know the choices that they give are very similar. So until and unless a child knows the answer, you know, only then the child can score in MCQ. Or for MCQ, अच्छा CBSE के जो MCQs 10th के आते हैं, because I've gone through the last year ones.
Yes.
They are from textbook anywhere.
Okay.
So the child needs to be able to, you know, kind of, how do I say in plain language, उसको टेक्स्ट बुक का हर टॉपिक हर लेसन रटा होना चाहिए, कलेक्ट के यहाँ से ऐसे हाथ, and for that she will need tutorials.
And one more thing, how to not put the pressure on the child, like put the pressure without letting them know that we are putting the pressure.
They know before us that we are putting pressure. Listen, a child is going for tuition for 2 hours. Then she is sitting and doing her homework for 1.5 hours. उसके बाद उससे पढ़ाई की कोई बात मत करो, please.
I have to ask her not to sit T for 1 year. Just go off BTS for 1 year. She's a big BTS fan.
No, but then, you know, that is the kind of stress busters that they have, right? So if we, you know, we are asking them to start, put in 3.5 to 4 hours every day. And on top of it, we are pulling out all the stress busters. So what are they going to do? मतलब ऐसा लगता है ना कि बच्चे की लाइफ को हमने 3 साल के लिए बंद कर दिया है. A child cannot breathe, a child cannot listen, go out, a child cannot enjoy what they want. So if the child is putting sochona, the child is coming back at 3, then they are putting 4 hours of hard work. It's already 8 and 9. Let them have 1 hour of stress buster thing that they have. वरना आप वो सब कुछ काट दोगे तो आप स्ट्रेस तो दे ही रहे हो ना बिना स्ट्रेस दिए.
Or I think the year when the children are giving board exams, वो year में तो उनको थोड़ा relax ही रखना बच्चों को.
Exactly, because it's not about how much time they study. It is about how much content they cover in that. You know, we Indians, especially हमारे को क्या आदत है कि 8 hours, 10 hours में, you know, we are productive. No, productivity has nothing to do with time. If I am able to do the similar productivity in half an hour, why should I sit for 2 hours? Exactly. It's the productivity that we need, right? So the productivity has to be seen. अगर वो 1 घंटा पढ़ती है, but 1 घंटे में she is able to cover 4 topics, that is more important than her sitting with the studies for 3 hours and not just doing those 4 topics. So for her to relax, if she wants to listen to BTS, it's okay. I know the BTS craze because मेरे घर में भी हो चुका है. That phase was there once upon a time.
Okay. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for your great advice.
Welcome.
Yes.
Welcome. Anyone else?
Thank you so much, Miss Bhavana. मैं भी 4th grade से मैं 5 बजे उठती थी सुबह टिंकल पढ़ने के लिए. स्टोरी बुक्स मस्त वाले पढ़े थे पूरे. पंचतंत्र सब पढ़ लिए मैंने. मेरे डैड को लगता था मैं पढ़ रही हूँ करके मैं स्टोरी बुक्स पढ़ रही थी. अभी इज राइट सिटिंग राइट इन फ्रंट ऑफ मी. अब उनको पता चल गया कि मैं इनकी बेटी बड़ी धोखेबाज नहीं है. तभी इनको मालूम पड़ा कि ये बच्ची क्यों फेल हो रही है. 5 बजे रोज उठाता हूँ. रोज ये क्या करती है, रोज पढ़ती नहीं है. मतलब उस वक्त ये अंदर से नहीं था. आई वॉज नॉट रिस्पॉन्सिबल और मेच्योर्ड इनफ कि वो मुझे पढ़ना है, क्या पढ़ के कुछ फाड़ना है आगे बढ़ के कुछ तो
नहीं. But I'll tell you, Aisha, it's not about you. It's about us parents also, that we don't trust our children enough to inculcate that responsibility thing. We always think कि अगर हमने छोड़ा तो वो नहीं करेगा. अरे तुम कोशिश करोगे तब वो करेगा ना. उसको छोड़ दो. अगर एक टाइम पे वो नहीं कर रहा है, क्या होगा? 8th में कोई बच्चा फेल हुआ, आज तक किसी को फर्क पड़ता है? But that might teach him how to study. That might teach him, because you know it is very important for the child to be responsible for their own studies.
That's true, Bhavana. 10th grade में से मेरे को अक्कल आ गई और मैं पढ़ने लगी सेल्फ स्टडी. और क्या क्या खरे मैंने जुगाड़ उस वक्त. माय गुडनेस, आई वाज टेलिंग मुस्कान द अदर डे. और फिर कि वो अंदर से वो अवेयरनेस हो गई ना कि नाउ वी हैव टू डू समथिंग एंड ऑल करके. दैट वाज द फर्स्ट स्टेप. और उसके बाद आई नेवर लुक बैक. इट वाज ऑल लाइक एकदम बैनर लगा जैसा पढ़ा मैंने.
I'll tell you, my sessions are much more better when they are in person. Because I make those funny slides and all, and then we cover all the topics one by one with the slides and everything, with jokes and anecdotes. This was a kind of Zoom session, so I had to restrict. और छोटा session था.
I know. हाँ, ये सारे लोगों को मैं तुम्हारी तरफ डाइवर्ट करती हूँ. तुम टेंशन मत लो. उनके पीछे पीछे मैं भी आ जाऊंगी फिर।
Please, please.
बट ऑनलाइन किया, इतना हमको इन्फॉर्मेशन दिया, दैट इज नॉट इजी, सो थैंक यू सो मच, आई लव यू फॉर दैट एंड थैंक यू फॉर गिविंग योर टाइम। और मेरी
Thank you so
जानी
much,
जिगर
Aisha.
लोग, तुम लोगों ने अपना नाम एड्रेस सभी नहीं लिखा वहाँ पे, एड्रेस नहीं लिखना, ईमेल आईडी और कांटेक्ट नंबर लिखो along with the country code, एड्रेस लिख देंगे।
Any other mommies that you know who need any who have doubts or anything?
कोई मम्मी है यहाँ पे? आई थिंक मोस्टली कवर ही हो गया, सब लोग सुन रहे हैं डिलीजेंटली। और एंड द वे यू स्पीक, इट्स लाइक यू नो एकदम पॉइज तरीके में, तो हर किसी को भी एकदम, हमारे बोंगे बच्चे को भी समझ में आ जाएगा कि क्या बात कर रहे हैं।
नहीं, poise में speak तो दिया करती है, my God. Diya is the one who speaks like, you know, I have to learn how she
दिया तो
speaks.
नाइटिंगेल है वो,
I'm
गाना नहीं
telling
गाती
you,
वो
my
अलग बात
God.
है। दिया का
Poise
मैं
का
बोलती हूँ ना,
epitome
दिया
is
को,
Diya.
हाँ
Thank
भावना
you,
और दिया को
Bhavana.
मैं बोलती हूँ कि वो एक सेंटेंस खत्म करेगी, उसमें मेरा 5-6 खत्म हो जाएगा सेंटेंसेस।
Exactly.
Nothing like that. Please, thank you so much for those lovely compliments. I'm highly, highly obliged. But Bhavana, I was seriously listening to you, and the naughtiest one here, that is Aisha, who was chatting in the chat box, disturbing other mommies. So,
मैंने किस किस को चैट किया, बोलो तुम लोग, अभी ऑन करके बताओ वीडियो। मैंने खाली दिया को बोला, दिया तुम्हारी स्माइल कहाँ गई करके, ऐसे ऐसे बैठी थी, मेरे को लगा इसको स्ट्रेस आ गया, एग्जाम फियर आ गया।
no.
I am attentive. क्या बोली तुमने? रुको मैं
I
जाके
was
पढ़ती हूँ तुम्हारे।
focusing, you know, I was really focusing because, you know, those points, अभी तो मेरा बच्चा year 6 में ही है, but you know, it's always good to listen to others' experiences. So I was just being more prepared probably, and you know, things over a period of time changes. We need to really be updated. जो शायद पिछले साल था वो इस साल ना हो, अगले साल शायद कुछ और ही हो. So it's always good to listen, you know. तो मैं एकदम कान अच्छे से सुन रही थी, और that's all. That's why I was not smiling.
मेरे कान छुपे हैं बालों में, मेरे कान से सुन रही थी, लेकिन मल्टीटास्किंग कर करके अपने को आदत हो गया पूरा। मैं बताऊं इनका पॉइंटर अभी बैठ के तुमको, आ जाओ मैं तुम्हें पर्सनल क्लास लेती हूँ इसके बाद एग्जाम प्रिपरेशन के ऊपर।
But what about Miss Diva, Simran? Any doubt?
The session was really nice. I think everyone would be agreeing to it. Yes, undoubtedly.
Poonam, I need a feedback from Vedant. How did he like the session? Because it was for kids like him.
Absolutely, and I'm also thinking why he's not talking. Let me go to that.
Because where is him? Where is he? You know, I need some feedback from him.
Absolutely, let me go and
मेरा बच्चा इधर है.
Yes, Vedant. Hi.
Ma'am, it was really fun and educational. I will definitely try some of these methods. I've always felt like I'm doing something wrong and I'm somewhere wrong, but these have really clarified my doubts and I will definitely use them in the future.
And what were those doubts? May I know?
Mostly like I would like dedicate some days to studying and some days for rest, and then at the end I would get pressurized by all the studies and I would not be able to revise it in time, and then less sleep because of the stress of the exam. I wouldn't be able to, like, I would stay up late thinking about it.
Yeah, so from now on, organize your desk first and use sticky notes and start making flashcards. The flashcards are going to help you in your senior years also.
Yes, ma'am. Sure.
Okay. Poonam, where are you?
Well done, Vedant. मेरा बच्चा पूनम का छाती वहां पे हो गया 36 का, वहां पे मेरा बच्चा ने बोला है करके.
Yeah, so Poonam, give me a feedback later. क्या change किया वेदांत ने?
पक्का. Done.
Anybody else, guys?
Boy.
He is mashallah. And भावना ऐसा हुआ है कि थोड़े लोग जो हैं वो मिस हो गए वहाँ पे. बहुत लोग 5-6 लोग जो थे बिगिनिंग में, आई थिंक आफ्टर 45 मिनट्स वो छूट गए हमारे हाथ से. तो अगर वो लोग पर्सनली आते हैं देन वी विल गिव देम ई सर्टिफिकेट. इन द मीन वाइल जितने लोग यहाँ पे, आई होप आप लोगों ने अपना नाम, ईमेल आईडी एंड कॉन्टेक्ट नंबर लिखा है, सो दैट वी कैन सेंड द ई सर्टिफिकेट. डिलीवर वन में एड्रेस भी लिख देंगे तुम लोग.
Hi Bhavana, how are you? This is Sadia.
Hi,
Sadia there.
Sadia. Yeah, hi.
I missed the beginning, but it was worth listening, whatever I listened. Thank you so much. God bless you for
Thank
all
you for the
your
awesome feedback. Yeah.
advice and your suggestions. So keep smiling and keep spreading the positivity and knowledge.
Thank you so much, Sadia. Thank you.
Stay blessed.
भावना है और वहाँ नॉलेज ना स्प्रेड हो और अपने को वो नहीं आए अंदर, क्या बोलते हैं उसको, हिंदी में वर्ड नहीं आ रहा, हैदराबादी में कुछ अच्छा मस्त वाला वर्ड था, शूट। मेरे को दिया ने तक कॉम्प्लेक्स फील कराई ना, अभी मैं वर्ड्स भूलने शुरू हो गए। दिया, आई टॉक टू यू लेटर।
Ayesha, how about India? How is your vacation going on?
क्या बोलूं, बारिश, हाय हाय हाय, तुम लोग सारे दुबई में हो ना, क्या बारिश, बूंदे टिप टिप बरसा पानी हो रहा है यहाँ पे।
You should share the more videos of Barish.
She is
sharing more
posting
videos.
her status. You should see her status.
Yeah, status is there, yeah, but sometimes it gets missed.
Now soon you'll see Ayesha and Baksh performing.
हाँ, इंशाल्लाह शिफॉन साड़ी में मैंने प्लान किया है।
बच्चे हैं सेशन में, याद नहीं हो तो।
No, it is like, really good ones that she is posting. You should really say it's mesmerizing. You feel as if 50 degrees से आप really monsoon में चले गए. It's really nice.
जन्नत में चले गए, मॉनसून में कांका। अभी मेरे को लगता है मेरे डैड को ज्यादा ये नहीं हो रही अभी बर्दाश्त। पीछे से उनका बीजीएम शुरू हो गया, बैकग्राउंड नॉइज वहां पे। सो गर्ल्स, ओके देन भावना, आई विल शेयर द चैट बॉक्स, फिर बाद में हम उनको ई सर्टिफिकेट भेज देते हैं।
Yes, and meanwhile give me like 4-5 days. I'm going to fine tune the exam prep material and then we'll share it with whoever who wants it.
परफेक्ट, मेरे को फर्स्ट शेयर कर देना सबसे पहले।
Yeah.
इन लोगों को सबको ज्ञान देने वाली हूँ आपस में।
बिल्कुल।
हाँ, पूनम बोल रही है म्यूट होके मुझे भी वहाँ पे, ठीक है?
सबको। Yes. Whoever wants it, just let me know. I will share this material with you.
भावना का
It's
दिल
only
बड़ा
for
है।
the CBSE, right?
Pardon?
It's only for the CBSE students.
No. It's basic preparation and organizing time for any kind of curriculum exam.
That's right.
It's not focused on CBSE or British or IB. It's basically the way you organize time is going to help everyone, whoever is in the last 5-6 years of school.
Got it.
ट्यूशन को नहीं गया, तुम बोलते चिल्लाती।
दिया, तुमने ना मेरे को भेजा डायरेक्टली मैसेज, द सेशन वाज स्प्लेंडेड, थैंक यू फॉर ऑल द टिप्स। थैंक्स भावना, वंस अगेन डिलीवर कर दी मैंने। चलो गाइस, थैंक यू सो मच। ओके, टाटा, सी यू मिस भावना। और बहुत सारे सेशंस लेके आएंगी इंशाल्लाह सितंबर अक्टूबर में। हम लोग लाइफ स्किल्स के ऊपर करने वाले, हाँ, कुकिंग के ऊपर करने वाले। जिसको खाना पकाना नहीं आता, मेरे को तो आता है, मेरे को जरूरत नहीं है, मैं पूरा स्किल्ड हूँ, मैं 5 स्टार लेवल का खाना पकाती हूँ। क्यों हंस रही है दिया, क्यों हंस रही है ये भावना? के आंखें क्यों इतने लंबे लंबे हो गए, बड़े बड़े हो गए?
1 अप्रैल नहीं है
आयशा कुकिंग सेशन लेंगी ना,
तभी तो
मैं लीड करने वाली हूँ तुम लोगों का कुकिंग सेशन। मैं लीड करूंगी
आयशा की डिशेस।
हाँ,
यू शो, आई विल प्रिपेयर आयशा।
तुम लोगों की
get
खैर
lot
नहीं।
of पुदीन हरा and हाजमोला after that, लेके आती हूँ मैं सबके लिए।
अब तो तुम लोग गए, अभी अब तुमको खाना ऐसे खिलाऊंगी, वो भी मेरे हाथ के बने हुए। एटलीस्ट 1 महीने से प्रिपरेशन शुरू करूंगी, देख लो तुम लोग, अभी देख लो। तुमने मेरे को ट्रिगर किया है,
इतना बासी खिलाइए, 1 महीने से प्रिपेयर करेगी।
तुमने एक इंसान को ट्रिगर किया है, अब तुम देख लो। अभी खैर नहीं तुम लोगों की, ठूस ठूस के खिलाने वाले तुम लोग को मेरा खाना
एकदम लाइव
आयशा,
डेमो
calm
के
down,
साथ। आयशा
क्या बोले?
एकदम लाइव डेमो के साथ कुकिंग सेशन होगा आयशा का।
मेलिसा भी खाती है मेरा खाना। मेलिसा, यू लाइक माय फूड राइट? क्या बोली? ये एक है तुम लोगों के गैंग में ज्वाइन होगी, यू बोला उसने। चलो, आई विल सी यू सून इंशाल्लाह। लॉट्स ऑफ लव। थैंक यू भावना, आई लव यू।
थैंक यू। मी टू।
टीसी, थैंक यू। तुम मिलना मुझे हवेली में दिया, रुको।